The Bul Armory Ultralight, double stack 1911. Let's check it out. Bul Armory out of Israel has been making some really incredible quality firearms. Their reputation has just gone crazy. In fact, anything that they import, within minutes, it's sold on the U.S. market. Today we're going to take a look at the Bul Armory Ultralight. This is a 1911, it's in the 2011 style, has a 16+1 mag capacity, and it's tiny. Honestly, when I first got the original version, I thought that it would be pretty snappy, but it shoots like a dream. And then I immediately started carrying this. Out of all of Bul Armory's 2011 style pistols, the Ultralight is my favorite because it's just a little bulldog. And it fits so well for concealed carry, and it gives you that extra round capacity. Has all the 1911 controls, but again, has that double stack magazine. So it's really capable when it's on your hip. But Bul Armory also makes a full line of double stack 1911s, and their hatchet and cleaver, which are more toward the Glock style polymer frame striker fire pistols, are also exceptional. So today we're going to take a look at the pistol. We're going to go through a lot of its features. We're going to take it to the range, which is my favorite part. And guys, honestly, Bul Armory is at the top of the heap of the 2011 style pistols, regardless of the price. And we want to give a big thank you to Bul Armory for sending the Ultralight for this review. Well guys, the 2011s are just hitting the market in a lot of different areas, and you've got your budgets all the way up to your high dollar. The price gets into the thousands. We are seeing a number of 2011 style pistols that are coming in around the $1,000 or a little bit less range. It makes it just more affordable to own a 2011. Now, there are some pros and cons, especially with the lower end guns. A lot of times the slide is not as slick, the action's not as smooth, the trigger's not all that great, but it still gives you the taste of the 2011 style or the double stack 1911. With the Bul Armory, I really feel like this kind of comes into a sweet spot. It has the quality and it's the smoothness, but yet the price is fairly affordable. It's not cheap, but fairly affordable. Now this is the Bul Armory Lightweight. We did a review on this, the original model, a couple of years ago, last year, and this is the original model. Guys, as soon as I got this gun, I fell in love with it. And not when it first came in, actually when I took it to the range. This shoots incredibly smooth. Now with this shorter barrel, which is a 3¼ inch barrel, I thought that it was going to have some muzzle flip, but it's got a pretty good size grip on it. And it holds 16+1. We're going to go ahead and check this one first. And you'll notice that there is no spur on the hammer. It's pretty much just single action, and it's by pulling the trigger, and which is a very smooth, sweet trigger. The action, very smooth. And so really Bul Armory is known for really good quality. Now they've upgraded, and this is their new Ultralight. Now before we get into some of the details, which I really like about this one, this to me is an excellent handgun, and really if it hadn't been for this one coming out, I am completely happy with this gun. But the one thing about Bul is they are very good about listening to customers. And so there were some things that they changed about it. So before we get into just doing a direct comparison, we're going to talk about just the handgun itself. Again, this is a double stack 1911. and it does have a 16 round mag capacity, and these come with 3 magazines. That gives you a lot of capacity, a lot of capability. Also, the gun is empty. Now we have a stainless steel bull barrel. We'll look at that more when we break it down. We do have cuts here in the slide. This is the standard ultralight model. They do make the Ultralight Pro, which has ports. And so it gives you just a little bit more, keeping that muzzle at a really flat level. But during the range time with this, guys, this thing just shoots ultra flat. So I can't even imagine shooting it with the ports. It's definitely going to give you a little more control, but man, this already shoots really well. Now, being the ultralight, we have a compact grip to it. On the full-size versions, it's a little bit longer. This has a lot of texturing, and we're going to compare it to the original. The texturing is really improved. We have a 3-slot Picatinny rail on the top, and it does have Made in Israel with the serial number. Aluminum frame that goes all the way through that holds on to this steel slide. PVD finish, and it's black anodized on the aluminum. It has a really nice matte look to it. It just looks like more of a combat or utilitarian type firearm, but yet everything is finished so well. Front and rear slide serrations. Then we have this dip here on the back of the slide. And we have an adjustable rear sight with a fiber optic front sight. Now on the Pro models, you're going to have a black sight because with the ports, it'll just blacken this out anyway. So they put the black sight on the Pro model and then the fiber optic on this model. Stainless steel barrel, again, it is a bull barrel, and this is with the BAO mounting system. It fits the RMSC or any of the Holosun K sights. So it needs that smaller micro sight. Now the BAO mount is really easy, and it fits into a notch, and you just take off your rear sight, and there's 2 set screws, and you can just set this down. It gets it really low on the slide, and again, it allows for the Holosun. This is a 507K, and it just fits on there very nicely. Then you use the existing screws to put it down. So a very simple system, and again, just remove the rear sight. The polymer grip comes all the way down, very highly textured. Your mainspring housing is checkered, and the front is checkered. So once you grip this in your hand, it's gonna stay in your hand. I mean, it really locks in. And yet, this is not too aggressive to where it's gonna just ride on your skin or it's gonna mess up your clothes. So it gives you a good, solid, full grip. Now, the 1911 has a very thin grip. This has a little bit of a thicker grip. My hands are about medium, but man, this thing fits my hand like a glove. Now here at the bottom, we have kind of a flared Magwell down here. But this does come with an additional aluminum Magwell that fits over this, and we'll look at that if you're wanting something to really get those magazines in. But I'll just be honest, with the bevel here on this magazine and the slight bevel on the inside of the Magwell, I mean, they go in really fast. The trigger guard is square. It does have checkering here on the front. We have an undercut with a double undercut. So when you're bringing this up, it's going to get your hand really high up onto the grip, and then as you're putting your support hand or your fingers under here and get that 2 thumbs forward high grip, it really just kind of nestles in. Slide has been flattened just a touch, just to cut the roundness off, and again we have relief cuts all through here. We have ambidextrous safeties, and you can see that it is in half cock, so it will allow me to use the safety, but a really nice low profile extended safeties. And then we have, of course, our slide stop here. You'll notice though that it does have some styling on it, which this cost, but man, it really looks really nice. I mean, it gives it just a definite distinct appearance. Extended magazine release to be able to get the mags out really quickly. The beaver tail is abbreviated. It's short, it's small, but you have this flat hammer. You're not going to get that tang hammer or the commander style hammer. It's going to just be really close up, and it just allows this to be a little flatter on the back. And one thing about the grip safety, this makes this gun really safe. This was a holdover from the standard 1911s. The U.S. government required a grip safety, and it's a passive safety. We have a one-piece guide rod. It is stainless steel, and we'll look at that when we take the pistol down. But as you can see, it's a very compact size, but we're going to bring in the EDC model. Now this is a 4¼ inch barrel, more toward your commander size. And you can see that it's considerably larger than this smaller pistol. And the grip is actually a little bit longer as well. But this is called the EDC, but it's still a much larger handgun. The Ultralight really comes in for a more covert carry. And to really give you a size comparison, again, here is the TAC Pro 5. It has a steel frame with a steel slide. So we have the aluminum on the Ultralight and the EDC. This is more for competitive shooting, which gets that weight out just a little bit. And man, this is an incredible handgun to take to the range. And this one is ported with the slots. I'll tell you guys, just a beautiful experience. And this really matches more of your competitive or full-on go-to handgun. So guys, while the original Ultralight has really been one of those handguns that I just love. I love carrying it. I love the way it shoots. It gives me a lot of round capacity, yet it's a fairly small handgun. With the new Ultralight, there are some considerable differences. And first off is the grip. Now you'll notice on the original, it has kind of the checkered type grip. While it's aggressive and I like the way it shoots and it feels like I really have some confidence while I'm shooting it, with the new model, it is really finely textured and it gives you just a better grip. There's no doubt. I mean, it just locks into your hand. So one of the differences right up front is the grip texturing. Also, the BAO optics mounting system has been improved. And of course, we can't see it here, but according to Bul Armory, they have upgraded the BAO system. And with their new aluminum Magwell, and we're going to attach this in a minute, and also it has an extended mainspring housing pin. On the original, we had the stainless steel beaver tail. Now we have black. We have the grip screw right here that was stainless steel, and here again black. So a lot of the small parts have been changed out. And then of course the pin here in front of your trigger guard, it's also black. So they really blackened out a lot. There were a lot of requests to give a more just complete black firearm. And of course the barrel stainless steel, and it's remained stainless. One big thing about the barrel is, of course, we have the bull barrel, which is nice and thick. You can see the guide rod right here, and it is stainless steel as well. With the original model, we have a fluted barrel. And you can see the ends. I mean, it gives it a really unique look. While we have a steel guide rod, they upgraded it to the stainless, and we'll take a look at that in a second. But you'll notice even here at the chamber, the fluting goes all the way through the chamber. And so they did away with that and went with a more traditional look and feel of that just bull barrel. And you can see the bull barrel through the ports. Slide serrations have been improved. They're a little deeper and they have a little bit more of a design to them. With the originals, you can see they were just straight lines. So definitely a number of changes that have upgraded the Ultralight model. And one of the things about Bul, again, is they are listening to customers, they're taking the feedback, and they're using it. Also, one thing about Bul, which I thought was very interesting, is that they are located in Israel. A lot of the IDF work there, and they have been testing these in the field and getting instant feedback. Not necessarily on the Ultralight, but on their standard models, and that has led to a lot of different changes with the Bul Armory SAS2 double stack 1911s. Now here we have the Magwell installed, and that really gives you just a lot of extra beveling right here to be able to get those mags in. Plus, when you've got it in your hand, it kind of brings your hand up to the frame. So really like the Magwell. And we have a very stylized trigger, and of course with the 1911 it just comes straight back. So trigger action, we hit a wall right here. Man, that is a super crisp break, very nice. Reset right there, very fast reset. Trigger pull weight with our Lyman trigger gauge from Brownells. 2 pounds, 11 ounces. 2 pounds, 9 ounces. That is really sweet. It's called Ultralight. Let's see how Ultralight. 26 ounces. That's not bad. Now, as far as holster options, this matches the same holster size as your Staccato CS. I'll show you a couple of options that I have had made, and this is from Mayhem Leather. Chris Ryan's up in Franklin, North Carolina, and does an incredible job. Just master craftsman, very creative, but yet does just a beautiful job. This is an inside the waistband, really nice, strong steel clips. Of course, you've got the leather, the tan leather on the outside, and then the suede on the inside. But the inside is also very protective. Here we have just an outside the waistband holster. Goes in so smooth, and the quality is just exceptional. And then for my EDC, my inside the waistband with the belt loops. I mean, what beautiful work. Now, these holsters are not cheap. In fact, Chris makes these holsters for a number of really premium gun companies and that they offer. So he is exotic leathers. There's just a lot of things that he does. And I love this inside with this light tanned leather as well. But he's a good friend of mine. I just wanted to mention it, and that's where I got my holsters from for my Bul Armories. And guys, we have just revamped our website at suitsgear.com. There's a lot of different suit swag over there, patches, t-shirts, but there's also a lot of my favorite products are there. We also have the Suits deals where we find all kind of deals and offer those to you guys at some of the best prices. Another thing that we do is a lot of the videos that were taken down by YouTube, which we call our contraband or banned videos, and all that's over on suitsgear.com, so check it out. Big thank you to Fiocchi for sponsoring our ammo, all made in the USA, one of the biggest suppliers of ammunition in the country. And we also give a big thank you to Lula Loaders. These things just make range day easy. Guys, when it comes to the double stack 1911s, I think that Bul Armory is one of the top tier regardless of the price. And yet they're coming in at a fairly decent price. But one thing about the Ultralight, it's so small. It is in 9mm, but the recoil on it is extremely manageable. There's something about the way they set up the recoil system. You still have a 16 round mag capacity, and that grip, textured, really nice feel to it, and it gives you the 1911 grip angle. But overall, these have just been excellent. I thought that they would be a little snappy when I tried out the first one, but with the new model, I mean, these are just very soft shooting. Same manual of arms to your 1911, but it has that high round capacity, and you got a really small package. These are super reliable. We have had no issues whatsoever with any of the Buls. But I love that fiber optic front. It contrasts well. Just the look, I mean, it just has that really cool look to it. I've been carrying the original for a while. I love it. And this definitely has some upgrades with the serrations, just modernized. But overall, it's one of the Ultralights, just been upgraded some. I love the undercut on the trigger. Just gets my hand high up next to that little nub beaver tail. But guys, if you have not tried Bul, I highly recommend it. It's one of the best firearms that's come out in a number of years. I mean, this thing just tracks right on target, and yet it's a small 2011 style pistol. Well guys, for some reason my camera was not turned on the target, so we shot the first 5-round group and it was just one jagged hole. So then I just went ahead and emptied the magazine, and it just again created one big hole. And so these guns are very accurate, again very controllable. All right guys, for disassembly, we have our small takedown tool. Let's go ahead and drop our magazine, check the chamber, and the gun's empty. Now bring back your slide to that first notch. And this is your slide stop. It's going to come out. So back here we have a small little nub. And so we're just going to push it, making sure that we have it lined up with that crescent. And if it's lined up, it'll come out, but it'll come out just a touch because the 2011 frames are a little bit thicker. So we're going to pull that out, hold on to your slide, and then just bring it off your frame. Now we're going to take our recoil spring. You can see that full length guide rod. We're going to take and push it forward and compress it with our thumb. And the hole will show, and we'll drop in our small tool, just like that. And that's going to compress that spring, and it's going to allow us to remove it. Next, we just pull it out, and it can be a little tight because of that bushing right there, but it comes out. Take your barrel link, push it down, just pull your barrel straight out of your slide. Now we have that 3 1/4 inch barrel. It's small, but it's a bull barrel. Nice flat surface, but we do have a crown right inside the rifling. So that's going to preserve your accuracy, and just a nice thick barrel. Again, with the original, it was fluted, which gives you a lot of surface area, and it does give it a lot of strength, but this is just that nice full bull barrel. Here with the slide, very nicely done, very nice wear actually. It's very natural. But this just does very well. No tooling marks or anything. It's just a well-finished interior. And then we have our frame. Again, this is aluminum all the way throughout the top, and most of your controls are in the aluminum housing. And then we have the polymer, this from the trigger guard down all the way to the grip. That is the 2011 style. Guys, that's pretty much all you need to do to field strip. It is a little different than your polymer striker fire pistols, but pretty much what your 1911 does. Now we're going to take our barrel, drop our barrel link, and put the barrel right through the front of the slide. And then we're going to take our recoil spring and guide rod. Now you'll notice there's a little section that rests on the barrel, and then we have the guide rod. So just make sure you orient it in the right way. Of course, the barrel link needs to stay up. So we're going to slide it into place. There we go. And then compress it, and then remove that little tool. And then let that come back slowly. And then we're going to stick our barrel link back down, take our slide over our frame, and once we get to that hole, we're going to drop in our slide stop. Next, we're going to bring back our slide till we get that notch at that little cutout, and we're going to raise our slide stop slightly, and then we're going to get it past the frame, and then we're going to just drop it right in. And it's actually a push up. And now we've got things rolling. We're going to put in our magazine, we're going to test for function, and we're good to go. Now, keeping your firearms maintained and cleaned is vital. Otis makes some of the best cleaning equipment out there. They make a number of different kits that are dedicated for different rifles, pistols. They also have Shooter's Choice, which makes excellent CLP and bore solvent and different cleaning materials. The ripcord is one of their signatures, and there's a whole system based around it. They are suppliers to the U.S. military. And so here we have our tactical kit. It's a very compact little pouch, and you have everything you need to keep your firearm cleaned in the field. But then also they have larger kits with the steel rods and with ripcords, and they make a number, in fact probably the most I've ever seen. And then of course they have tools as well. So check out Otis Technologies, highly recommended, and we want to thank Otis for being a sponsor of the channel. It comes in an outer cardboard box, and you get a really nice soft case, and we've got dual zippers. You've got you got a zipper on the front. We have hook and loop field. Of course, we have a small pouch that has a lot of the essentials. In the top compartment, we have magazine slots, we have a cover, and then we have the pistol. And you do get the Velcro straps to be able to hold this into place, which allows you to have 2 Bul Armories. And then you get the accessories. And of course, you get stickers and patches, you get your Magwell, you get your optics plate, small tool for disassembly, and you get a couple of brushes and a cleaning rod, and you get your owner's manual. The MSRP on the Bul Armory Ultralight is $1,750. If you get the Pro model, it's $1,950, and the Pro model again has the ports and the barrel. Now some of you guys are like, wow, that's a little expensive. When you match that with the Staccato CS, which is the same configuration, they run $24.99 retail, and you only get 2 mags. You do get 3 with the Bul Armory. And I believe they're only 15 round capacity, the Bull has 16 round. The quality matchup is really close with the Staccato. Now what are some pros and cons? First off, it's a 1911 double stack, so it has all those 1911 controls. It's very pointable. It has that 3 1/4 inch barrel, which makes it very easy to carry. It does have the compact grip, and of course with that 2011 style with the polymer which lightens the weight, and yet you have that aluminum strength, and then you have your steel slide. The BAO mounting system is excellent, especially for your micro red dots like your RMSC or your Holosan K series. We've got our fiber optic front with an adjustable rear, bobbed hammer. I like this really light beaver tail. It just makes it very compact, yet it's a pretty thick gripped gun, even though it has more of a 1911 thinness at the top. Bull barrel, one-piece guide rod. Trigger pull again is just fantastic. So overall, there's not really a lot of cons. I would say that price could be a con. I mean, it is $1,750. Another con is the availability. You won't walk into your standard gun shop and find these. You have to order them directly from Bull. And again, within 15 minutes of a shipment hitting the U.S. shores, these things are gone. But that is a pro, because that means that there is a high demand for these handguns. Another con would be you just don't like the 1911, you don't like the 2011 style, you just want something different. Well, that's not a con, that's just a matter of preference. But I'll tell you guys, ever since I've gotten a hold of any of the Bul Armory firearms, I have been impressed. And they keep up in the game. So guys, again, there's a number of companies that are making 2011 style pistols, and it's great to see. It gives us a lot of choices. But if you want something that's really high quality, and honestly, one of the best on the market, check out Bul Armory. The double stack 1911s, the SAS2 style, and the Ultralight for concealed carry is definitely one of my favorite concealed carry handguns. And again, we want to give a big thank you to Bul Armory for sending the Ultralight SAS2 for this review. And guys, honestly, if they hadn't sent it, I couldn't even get my hands on one. And that attests to the popularity and the quality of the Bul Armory line of firearms. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. But guys, again, while the Ultralight, the original, let's take the safety off. Oh, the safety is off. Oh, I didn't have the grip safety on. But probably my favorite, but I had that into slide lock, and we're gonna wait. We got the wrong one. Don't tell me we got the wrong one. No, we don't. We got the wrong one. We've done a number of reviews. Okay, finger into there and pull that out, and I can't fudge. Oh crap.